Peace, infinite waters, diving deep. Once again, we are here, we're in nature, breathing in that beautiful prana. 5 types of single people. Can I get a hello there? First of all, shout out to all the deep divers out there. You are one of the main reasons I'm not single. So much love, baby. Now, I got a question in on the Instagram. And if you've got a question, if you want me to cover a topic, Instagram, @Infinite Waters. It's that simple. A woman wrote in saying that, is it wrong to be single? That's a great question. Let's dive into it. Now, you got to ask yourself, which one of these single people are you? Okay. The first kind of single person is who I call the inspector. That is the kind of single person that will check over somebody 1,000,000 times and then do it another 1,000,000 times, right? I'm trying to ask them what they ate for breakfast today, what books do they read, who have they been with, and that's great. We are all inspectors, whether we like to admit it or not. We are. I certainly am. Like, for instance, I got to know if you are a vegan or not. That's my criteria. I'm fussy. I got to know if you care about animals. If you do, well, that's a super turn on. If you don't, well, it's going to be harder. You're probably going to keep me single. Right? A lot of us, we're perfectionists when it comes to relationships. And the great paradox is that we don't have time. You're so busy, yet you are a perfectionist. You're searching for the perfect partner, but you have to ask yourself, are you perfect? I know I'm not perfect. Definitely not. That's why I take whatever I'm given. Just kidding. The greatest relationship we can have is with ourselves. That is the greatest secret. So in essence, none of us are really single once we embrace ourselves. The second kind of single person is the one that's actually in a relationship. Yeah, that's right. I talk to people every single day. People write to me, thousands of people. Yeah, I'm in a relationship, but I'm not feeling happy. I don't want to be here. I would rather be single than be in a relationship where I'm miserable. I don't know about you, but for me, it's all about enjoyment, baby. It's all about being with someone that cares about you, not just being in a relationship just to say, hey, I'm in a relationship. You're not. You suck. Because do you know how many unhappy people are actually in a relationship? But do you actually know how many happy people are in a relationship? For me, I'm a Pisces. Pisces, we are naturally romantic. I always have to be in some kind of relationship. How do you think I can keep on creating? Right? I got people helping me, giving me that good love energy. I'm doing the same thing to you, baby. Ask yourself, are you with someone in a relationship, but do you feel alone? Do you feel like they're neglecting you? Do you feel like you are being abandoned? Then you have to ask yourself, do I know my true worth? Then you have to ask yourself, does this person really care about me? No. Ask yourself, do I really care about myself? Because that's going to move you into the right relationship. Now, the third kind of single person is the one that says, I don't trust you. No, I would never trust you. I can't trust you. Is that kind of single person that doesn't give anybody a chance. You ever meet someone that says, no, I can't. I'm sorry. You just met me. Give me a chance, for goodness sake, right? And usually, more times than not, it's because simply you got a lot of bad memories, right? I have a lot of bad memories in relationships. I screwed up, they screwed up. Take responsibility. I got a lot of great memories. I'm creating them every single day in relationships. But you see, what happens when we just focus on the bad times in relationships? See, a lot of us are what we call wounded lovers. We've been in a relationship, maybe it didn't work out, and then we say, well, I'm not going to meet another person like that, or all men are like this, all women are like that. And because of that, when you shut yourself off from meeting new people, life can become awfully boring, right? I love connecting with people. That's obvious. But at the same time, it's only because you got to see new relationships with new eyes. A lot of us, we're carrying baggage into new interactions. We're seeing people with old eyes, right? We see someone and then we see our ex. We see someone and then we say, actually, they're an asshole. How do you know that? How do you know that? Okay, the fourth kind of single person is the one that says, can I get a hello there? I love being single. Right? A lot of us, I've been single in periods of my life where I loved it. Why? Because it's freedom. Sometimes you got nobody yelling in your ear, telling you what to do, to come home at this time, to go out at that time, to ask you to pick up your dirty laundry, right? Sometimes that's beautiful as well. It's that person that loves the freedom of being single. And I've met so many people who, they're so well kept, they've got such a great relationship with themselves, you would actually think they were in a relationship. And then they tell you, no, I'm sorry, I'm single. You're like, well, what's your number? You're like, well, let's go out. You're like, hello, what's your secret? So a lot of the times I always say, it's okay to be single. Let me repeat that. It's okay to be single if it makes you happy, if you know that's what you want. See, a lot of us, we don't know what we want, so we go with any Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Sarah, or Jane. Right? I know what I want. What's that? Someone who is interested in becoming their greatest version. And that's what I attracted. I know what I want. What's that? Someone that cares about animals. That's what I attracted. I don't know what I want. Well, that's what you're going to attract. Anybody is going to fall into your lap. And you're going to say, what the hell are you doing? Certain people love the freedom of exploring, letting go of labels, finding themselves, right? A lot of the times I always tell you that when I was single, when I am single, which is sometimes a lot, sometimes not so much, what happens? That's the time you've got to use to work on becoming your greatest version. Because in relationships, once we see we attract what we are, as we change, the types of people we meet also changes. Your vibe attracts your tribe naturally, even without you trying. Like, I'm good, I'm cool, because if you're the fifth kind of single person, you know your true worth. What does that mean? It means that you're good, you know what you are worthy of, right? You're patient, you realize everything in the universe works in a cyclical manner. Therefore, there are seasons, times, and places. Yeah, very poetical today. Right? Because you know your true worth, you don't mind waiting a little bit extra for the creme de la creme. If you don't know your true worth, if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, if you don't love yourself, if you don't honor yourself, Many times you find you might end up being in a relationship where you get abused. People shout at you for no reason. Don't do that. And you're like, hey, back up. Don't worry about it. When you know your true worth, it's about realizing everything in this universe is built on the law of attraction, the law of correspondence when we talk of the 7 Hermetic principles. So as you are changing, as you are evolving, you are going to meet people. I meet people every day, pickup artists, women that spend thousands on this dress. And I say, that's wonderful if it makes you happy. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. I used to have my hair all over the place, right? You remember that? Remember that? Well, I found my partner through that. Don't laugh. Because if you can see beyond the physical, then you are onto something. You see, that's the 5th kind of single person. The one that sees beyond the physical. They're single because they're not just attracted to how you look. Okay, you got big breasts. Okay, you got big muscles, but okay, what about beneath the surface, right? It's that intricate person who is always looking for a deeper, more meaningful connection. And also someone who breathes in that beautiful prana. Have a beautiful day. The love connection, baby. Infinite waters. We are out here in nature. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.